to listen to Rev Debra speak. Always something that's ABCDE. It is. So, I gladly introduce you. Reverend Debra has lived in San Diego for over 40 years and has studied healing for over 35 years. Her initial training was at the First Spiritualist Church in San Diego. Classes in spiritual healing, universal law, and mediumship, which included those classes. Reverend Debra was ordained at the First Spiritualist Church October of 1992 and served in many appointments as well as pastor. She has a long history with Harmony Grove, reading at psychic fairs and teaching at the Institute classes. Reverend Debra has taught many spiritual subjects in psychic development, including universal law, angel kingdom, the tarot, chakra, aura, and is a Reiki master. She is currently the pastor at the First Christian Spiritualist Church in National City and includes a monthly lecture and sometimes an extra one thrown in, like today. And she also teaches meditation classes, and she has a Monday Melchizedek and mediumship class. Is very, very good. So she believes we are co-creators with spirit to express in love, joy, and the message of our soul. Say yes to God. So let's give Rev Debra a warm welcome.
Thank you. Welcome. And this morning, I'm going to share with you a lesson developed, I believe this is Reverend Roberta, and she channeled so many lessons with Reverend Emily Davis up at First Spiritualist Church, and was given permission to share them and teach them and continue on. It's so important for us to share the knowledge that we've received and keep it moving forward. The energy of love and of God is so important, and I love this one that I said, okay, which one are we going to share today? They gave me the cycle of necessity. Before we gain a usable knowledge in the application of divine law, there are many points which we must consider in the main law of evolution. Again, please realize the undesirable conditions which are a part of your everyday life here have tentacles that are still reaching back into that which we have been and experienced in other lives, and are being a part of your present life through necessity. In your plan of voluntary return, which is your prime reason for being on earth today, there were unsolved problems with some of the souls of your earlier experiences also. The cycle of necessity of which we are all a part was very deliberately chosen by your souls, whereby the uncertain results of other close experiences can be overhauled and rearranged to include other souls who have endured similar circumstances. And similar mistakes. It is in this manner that you gain self-control, poise, and you gain a new outlook on familiar troubles. And in this outlook, you learn to evaluate the lessons that you are fast learning in self-control, poise, and humility. The instant that you perceive that it is your own thoughts that are responsible for the unbalance within you, it is easy to grasp the fact that you can correct your former line of acceptance and as quickly gain ease, gain peace, poise, and harmony. Refusal to recognize your own responsibility does not lead to a peaceful answer, nor will it help you understand the problems of the people with whom you are closely allied, whether they be friends, relatives, or casual acquaintance. When unpleasant circumstances destroy your self-confidence and or pride, please remember that you cannot blame other people for your outlook or for your interpretation of the results. The first step that we need to take in settling a pleasant cooperative pattern in the minds of both friends and acquaintances is that of gaining self-recognition. Regardless of the circumstances, when unrest appeared, the man Jesus declared himself as one with the Father. Self-recognition and personal identity are the keys to inward peace and outward security, because these two ideals are the 2 points of spiritual relationship with the mind and powers of the Creator. There are times when we must face the fact that regardless of our circumstances, we are inclined to put whatever blame is apparent on someone else rather than assuming our own rightful share. It is comforting to know that if the trouble lies within us, the remedy also lies within. The simple recognition of this truth makes it easier and quicker to stabilize and to overcome. If you're making a vessel of clay, only a certain amount of fire is needed to harden and prepare it for use. But if that which you are creating is to be a golden vessel, which is to last throughout eternity, it must pass through the 7 times heated furnace. It must be hammered, tested and purified until it is without flaw. So it is with the clay vessel, which we call personality. There must be all types of vessels, and each must have the preparation best adapted to its use. All wisdom gained from earthly experiences is meant to assist in the unfoldment of the many faculties that have been dormant through many other lives, and is meant to help create through this unfoldment oneness with the Father. Every condition and problem that you experience is for the purpose of helping you to unfold the greater possibilities that makes you an individual. This present life is called the cycle of necessity. Therefore, try to realize that it's not just your duties that weary or retard your evolution, but your attitude toward your problems and duties that slows your pace. If we permit the everyday trifles to occupy our attention, we get so saturated with our belief in lack, inharmony, poverty, fear, etc., that we dwell only on that rate of vibration. Little joys are as satisfying as little sorrows that are annoying, and if you are wise, you will watch your thoughts to bring the joys out in front of you and forget your sorrows. Open the door of your heart and allow the little joys to multiply. In every heart, there is a well so deep and still that it can only reflect one star at a time. Thus, whatever star is there, for the time being, there in your heart is your guiding star. You can have for your star anything that you determine to focus your attention on. If your star be a desire to attain the things that your neighbor or friends have gathered, if it be success in business, the love of money, even the worship of another personality, while that star reigns or is held inviolate in your heart, it shuts out the light of and from all other stars. Whatever is reflected in this deep well of your innermost heart is the God that you are worshiping. For worship is constant thoughts. Worship is constant thoughts centered upon that which is desired and held in secret. A constant filling of the undercurrents of your mind with that which you desire most and upon which you concentrate your most consistent efforts creates success, force. By these forces, you are literally molding the atoms of your body into vehicles through which that which you worship will come into manifestation. You will also create around yourself an auric world in which your dominant thought will be the leader and all else will be subservient, no matter how much lip service you give to the other things. There is only one thing that you can rightly place in this holy sanctuary and hope that it will live there forever, and that is the Christ. Let or allow the Christ to become king in your heart and mind, your aspiration, your dreams and desires, and all things will manifest under divine right action. That is what you meant when you were told to let go and let God. The Christ within you is the God force, thought, and breath. It is necessary to consciously turn your thoughts and intentions to God and the Christ pattern, which the soul must follow. This requires diligence and depth of desire. Do not feel that your duty to the Most High is fulfilled by a simple prayer of morning and night. Fill your mind with a prayer of thanks at all times. The little things of life may occupy the surfaces, but underneath all, Christ dwells, and at all times he sustains you. Once you have sought the sanctuary with patience and earnestness, you have truly placed the Christ on the throne. No matter how busy you are or how occupied with worldly cares, in an instant your consciousness can enter that holy place and find peace. Then nothing can fret or disturb you because you carry the silence within you. The moment you recognize that you are becoming disturbed, slip into this calming, quiet, interior place and let the radiance of the center fill your life. The Christ is there, the life force and spirit of the Father. All three are dwelling in harmony and love. Then you can say in truth, thy Father and I are one, my Father and I are one, my Father and I are one. And through the Christ within you, you can say to your ego mind, peace be still. Reverend Roberta. It's a wonderful, wonderful lesson used in a few classes that it always seems to be such an important rock, a foundation, remembering our strength, our power, remembering we are never alone. We always have Christ's Spirit within us and God around us, closer than the air we breathe. And through Him, you can do amazing things. God bless you all. Thank you for being here.